Hello, everyone. My name is Karita Hussein, and I thank you all for joining me on how to make your plants happy. Have you ever looked out over your garden or a beautiful rose bush and thought, how do I make these plants happy? How does one get them to reach their full potential? I could not help but ponder these questions as I watched my third succulent meet its demise. After doing some digging, I have found that the soil microbiome plays a large role in crop growth. We rely on crops to feed ourselves, meaning crop growth is an essential issue regarding our food systems. It can also impact other species' food systems as well, since many of them also rely on our crops. I'm passionate about this area of the microbiome, not only because I do not want other succulents to die, but because it seems very complex and important, yet overlooked. What we have found is that microorganisms in the soil's rhizosphere have an impact on plant roots. What is the rhizosphere, you might ask? The rhizosphere is a deeper layer of the soil where plant roots and the roots' interactions with the soil are found. Specifically, Chaparro and others found that functional diversity was more important than taxonomic diversity with the soil's microbes. This means that rather than introducing different random bacteria into our soil, we need to take more careful effort into ensuring these bacteria fulfill separate and unique functions for optimal crop yield and growth. Another thing that we have found is how a soil's organic matter impacts the ecosystem's health. According to Sokol and others, organic matter refers to a soil's carbon pool and is impacted by interactions between microbes, plants, and the environment. Furthermore, Volter and others found that organic matter helps with the soil's decomposition rate and is associated with the storage of important nutrients. The main takeaway behind this is that implementing more natural organic matter can strengthen our soil and thus lead to more crop growth. We also found how diseases in plants can be impacted by the soil's microbiome. We and others said that rare taxa and Pseudomonas and bacillus bacteria help plants survive disease better. Noble and Coventry also found that adding composted materials made the soil more resistant against pathogens. This implies that creating a better soil microbiome for our plants starts with us and can include waste reduction through the form of composting. With these methods, our crops will be more resistant and we can maximize yields. Now, you may be thinking, is this really that important? In fact, you may not even have a garden. However, I would argue yes, especially as our global food demand increases. Some things we have yet to, but are important that we do discover are whether GMOs and other tools would be a better solution than these at tackling the global food shortage. It is also imperative to consider the safety of these methods to typical large-scale agricultural practices, such as fertilizers and GMOs. Unfortunately, a challenge behind this is that one practice may be better suited towards certain environments, meaning testing out which is a better method may be difficult to do and dependent on the area. Lastly, I hope to leave you all with even a tiny thought of whether these methods can save not only your garden, but your third succulent especially. Thank you. And here is my works cited page.